There goes the crackhead that I see each morning.
Chapter 2. The Cult of Grifty Nose. Grifty Nose and her ever-resourceful stepmother, Christy Blanchard, figured out early that the internet was the easiest con they'd ever run. It was a scam with no police report attached. The sympathy alone was worth thousands. People truly believed Grifty was this fragile, tragic little girl who had no choice but to do what she did. They saw her through the lens of their own heartbreak, their own children, and their wallets followed their hearts. The writer could almost understand that kind of naivete. What was harder to stomach were the other ones, the unhinged superfans who worshipped Grifty like she was some misunderstood saint. Those people weren't just misguided, they were flat out weird. Christy and Grifty learned to use them like a PR team from hell. When the truth started leaking out that maybe Gypsy wasn't so innocent, that maybe she enjoyed the fame a little too much, that online cult lost its collective mind. The head of that delusional circus was a woman named Bree. Bree was large, loud, and in love with her own filtered reflection. She'd plaster her face all over TikTok with so many beauty filters. She looked like a smudged oil painting of herself. Then, one day she showed up at one of Grifty's real-world events, and the illusion cracked. The camera didn't lie, and neither did the crowd's reaction. Bree looked like she'd crawled out of a pile of expired snacks. The writer couldn't help it. She laughed until her ribs hurt. Still, Bree took her unofficial job as Grifty's enforcer seriously. Too seriously. She had the personality of a mall security guard with a grudge. The writer recognized her type immediately, the bully who mistakes volume for power. The kind of woman who's used to people staying quiet just to avoid confrontation. The writer wasn't impressed. She'd dealt with far scarier things than a loudmouth behind a screen. Bree's methods weren't physical, they were petty and digital. She'd stalk profiles, reverse search photos, and dig up whatever scraps of information she could. Names, jobs, addresses, anything to use as ammunition. Once she had something, she'd drop it in her little Discord echo chamber and let her minions do the dirty work. People lost jobs, got harassed, all because Bree had too much time and too many Adderall-fueled live streams. The woman would stay online for days, pupils like pinholes, jaw twitching, slurring through nonsense between snorts off camera. She thought she was running a movement. Really, she was just running her mouth. The writer had seen enough. If Bree wanted attention, fine, she'd get it. The writer started slipping her into animations and jokes, giving her a few nicknames that fit like a glove. Swamp Hippopotamus, Dusty Foot Demon, Sponge Barb. None were kind, but all were earned. It was a little mean, sure, but it was also cathartic, an outlet. A way to deal with the absurdity of this strange world of online fanatics. Then something unexpected happened. The writer made a friend. Her name was Justice Voice JV for short. She wasn't like the others. JV didn't come off fake or opportunistic. She left kind comments, encouraging ones, not the performative kind that reeked of attention-seeking. Over time, they started talking more in that slow, cautious way you do when you're not sure if the person on the other side of the screen is real or just another facade. The writer didn't really do friends, not because she disliked people, but because she didn't need the constant noise that came with them. She didn't even own a phone, just a few tablets, always on silent. Notifications made her skin crawl. Texts and calls felt invasive, like someone barging into your house without knocking. She preferred her quiet, the hum of the woods, and her dog's company. When her real-life neighbor wanted her attention, she didn't text. She just walked to the tree line and yelled the writer's name until the dogs went off barking. It was chaos every time, but harmless chaos. That was about as social as the writer liked things to get. So, when JV came along, the writer wasn't sure what to do. JV was kind, thoughtful, too normal for the strange circus that surrounded Grifty Nose. The writer found herself liking her, not in some sentimental way, just a quiet respect for another person who seemed to see through the noise. And for a brief moment, before the real insanity kicked in, it almost felt like there were still sane people left on the internet. Because SpongeBob's greasy little cult of sycophants attacked anyone who dared to question St. Grifty, an unspoken truce formed among the anti-creators. It wasn't official, but everyone understood the deal. Defend each other or get devoured. It was us or them. The writer found the whole thing ridiculous. People losing their minds over pixels and opinions. Over a story that had already been told, dissected, and proven a tragedy years ago. Yet here they were, acting like it was holy scripture. For some of them, this was their life. Every insult, every live stream, every thumbs up or down, it was all they had. Still, the writer went along quietly. No need to start unnecessary wars when there was a bigger monster in play. Grifty Nose had butchered her mother, a woman who, despite everything, had loved her with a desperate, doomed kind of devotion. Now, free and unrepentant, Grifty roamed the world with her drunken, pill-popping stepmother, Krusty Christie, a woman who looked like she'd just wandered out of a truck stop at 2 a.m. with somebody else's credit card. And then there was Bree, the cult's loudest disciple, a lumbering, filter-loving bully with the energy of a man in bad drag. Together, they were a traveling circus of delusion. The writer's goal had always been simple: put the truth back into the public eye. Let people see the danger behind the fake sweetness. Keep the knives locked up and your wallet closer, that kind of message. But while the mission was clear, the rest of the community was getting weirder by the day. The anti-creators were changing. Some of them started churning out 5 videos a day, recycling their own content, begging for likes and subs like it was oxygen. Their live streams turned into digital confessionals, audiences throwing them money just to be acknowledged. It wasn't advocacy anymore. It was performance. The writer stayed quiet, watching, observing. She saw the cracks forming, the jealousy, the hidden agendas, the fake camaraderie disguised as unity. But she didn't speak, not yet. She just took mental notes. Soon, though, the masks started slipping. The same people who preached justice for Dee Dee were clawing for attention, exposing their true faces live in front of thousands. It was like watching Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde go viral. The craziest part? Nobody cared. The viewers ate it up. The writer couldn't understand it. How could people watch the lies unfold in real time and still cheer? The answer, she realized, was simple. They didn't want truth. They wanted a show. And the writer? She'd just found the most twisted one on earth. So, she dug deeper, past the content, past the creators, past the fake tears and performative outrage. What she found would drag her further into the madness than she ever planned to go.